Assemble! Stay dandy, baby. I hope you guys are excited to get an episode of Boruto, which is all about the mysterious marking on Boruto's palm and the evil Kara organization. Well, too bad. Here's an episode that's all about Himawari and her stupid friends. Okay, before you bring out the torches, the pitchfork, and the shuriken, just know that I did not completely hate this episode of Boruto, but again, it's another one of those episodes that is just completely disposable. You're gonna watch it, you're gonna be done with it, and you're never going to address it again. If anything, the episode does feature Himawari doing something. For the most part, she's a character who's just sort of been in the background of the series, mostly because she's very young. She isn't even joined the Ninja Academy yet, and that actually ends up being an important part of this episode, as she gets to be a part of this special trial where other students are going to come in and have a special one-day class where they're going to see what it's like to join the Ninja Academy. And if anything, the episode was interesting because, again, it paints this picture of a brand new world of Naruto. Ever since the end of Naruto Shippuden, things have changed dramatically. The world has changed, there's no more evil villains trying to take over the world and use crazy ninjutsu techniques to take control of the moon. There's no longer giant celestial beings coming to destroy everything with a massive god tree. Things have gotten back to normalcy, so to speak, for at least as normal as the actual Naruto universe can actually get here. And that's actually been something that's been sort of been prevalent since the beginning of the Boruto anime series, is just seeing how peaceful everything is. Even the older classic characters of the series, everybody's favorites, have been relegated to basically just doing menial work or tasks at this point. I mean, Ino, of course, was going to always take over her family's flower shop, and Tenten even opens up her own weapon place, but like, for the most part, everybody just has kind of like a normal job, and even the ninjas themselves don't even get to do anything all that crazy. And that's what leads to what I think might be the strangest part of the episode. This entire thing revolves around the fact that there's a trial for people who want to join the Ninja Academy, these little kids. And there ends up only being 3 of them. And of course, one of them is Himawari, and there's 2 brand new characters. One young boy who goes by the name of Aho, and another girl who goes by the name of Yuina. And to me, this is kind of like the next generation Konohamaru, Mogi, and Udon. And I only say that because they're very similar to them in many senses, and just like them, they were one of the like 3 small teams that we saw early on in the beginning of the series, and yet we didn't see a lot of their other classmates. Maybe they're doing this in chunks where they're only going to bring in 3 people at a time to do this, but it was a little strange that there were only 3 kids who were able to do this entire time. But again, it could very well just be a reflection of how things have changed in the Naruto world now that there's not necessarily a large need for shinobi or ninja, so it's just kind of weird. So the rest of the episode is basically what you would expect, which is Himawari being cute and impressing everybody with her ninja skills. She's the daughter of Naruto and Hinata, so I mean, of course she's going to be capable of doing some pretty amazing things, and she even manages to impress both Aho and Yuina, although Aho is definitely a little more competitive, and by a little more, I mean a lot freaking more, and he gets really upset over the fact that Himawari is still not quite sure if she wants to be a shinobi or not. That's kind of the point of the entire episode, is that Himawari is trying to decide what her future is going to be, and she's really impressed with all of the things that people are doing in Konoha Village, whether they're a ninja or not. And even if they do have these awesome shinobi-styled abilities, she herself realizes that she could just do something normal. That's just the way it is. Of course, she's naturally gifted, but at the same time, she's not going to make any hard decisions. And throughout the course of the episode, Aho gives her a really hard time and really gets angry at her, and they go through a couple of tests where they get really competitive, and then at the very end, they have to go through this exam, basically, that Anko cooks up, where they're going to have to go and find a lost cat. I know, it's really breaking ground for the Naruto series where a young team has to go after a lost cat. How many fucking lost cats are there in Konoha Village? This is ridiculous. Almost immediately, Aho just disregards Himawari, not even caring about the fact that she's going to be a part of this exam. And he basically is like, look, you don't want to be a ninja, you're indecisive, so go away. We don't want anything to do with you. Basically speaking for a lot of the insecurities of this character. And of course, they end up getting in trouble with both Yuina and Aho getting trapped in a well. Luckily, Himawari is there to save the day after getting a pep talk from Iruka all about gutsiness, which, again, does sort of bring back that classic feeling of watching Iruka be sort of like a mentor to Naruto. The episode ends with Himawari doing what she does best, being super cute, and trying to wonder what she's going to be as an adult. She might be a ninja, she might be something else. The sky is the limit for this character, and honestly, I don't even think the creator of the series really knows what he wants to do with Himawari at this point. So, what's the rundown on this episode of Boruto? Naruto Next Generations, it was an okay episode. If you like Himawari, if you like seeing her cuteness, you're probably going to like this episode. Your mileage will vary depending on how much you like this character. And of course, the introduction of two new characters to the series of Eho and Yuina, who almost certainly are probably going to end up being her teammates in the future of the series. They at least have distinctive designs, they have that going for them, and their very own personalities, with Eho being a surprisingly competent ninja at his age, being able to move almost as fast as Himawari, and then of course there's Yuina, who's really good at tracking, but also has somewhat of a timid personality. It is kind of cool, though, that we do get to see Himawari using her Byakugan in this episode, if only for a few seconds. It's always really cool for her to use that signature technique from her mother, and I hope we'll get to see more of that in the future, probably when things start to get a little more serious. As it is, this was a sugary sweet episode of Boruto, which honestly, you can watch or you can skip, it's really up to you. It was just kind of an average episode of the series. The good news is, production value-wise, it still looks pretty decent, with animation and art design, and the characters, like I said, are very distinctive looking, and even the moments when they're going through the training just sort of brings me back to the old school days of watching the very beginning of the Naruto anime, of watching these young students before everything got insane with giant monsters and crazy evil organizations. It sort of brings you back there. It's nostalgic in a sense, but again, to me, it's just kind of average and kind of a disposable episode of the series, which is why I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. There it is. That's my thoughts on this episode. Tell me what you thought about it in the comment section below, and what you hope to see from the rest of Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. Thank you guys for watching this review. Please subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. Continue to watch my videos, hit that like button, and of course, if you want to help support the channel, please check out my Patreon account. You will be able to help support the channel, not to mention I will be able to do an anime review specifically made for you, so make sure to check that out. I'll see you all next time, and as always, stay dandy, baby.